Scream girlies scoop up another semis win tonight? Or will the online crew dial in and win a match against their rivals? Well, that's the story that we're watching unfold tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jules Israel, and I'll bring you the latest here in the 2026 PVL All-Filipino Conference semifinals, the heart of volleyball.
Step aside, I own this night. 차가운 시선도 out of sight. Pulse in my vein, it's electric gold. 내 불빛은 never cold. Light it up, no turning back. 세상 내 무대 track. 숨길 수 없어 내 vibe, so real the energy you gonna feel. I'm invincible, nothing can break me. Limitless flow, don't try to chase me. Crash like a wave, wild and free. 이 무대 위, I'm all you see. Invincible.
Oh, Lord.
Savvy Davison and the PLDT high-speed hitters are dialed in after finishing as the top seed, and they are now ready to take their act in the semifinals of our 2026 PVL All-Filipino Conference against Bernadette Pons and the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, who have been really the standards of PVL for the longest time. They are back in familiar territory, the postseason of the Premier Volleyball League here in the semifinals right inside the SM Mall of Age Arena in Pasay City. It is PLDT taking on CREAMLINE, and we thank you all for catching us on One Sports Plus and the Pilipinas Live app. Dip Bianco alongside our courtside reporter Jules Israel. Jules, all roads lead to Mo Arena.
That's exactly right.
Here in the semifinals, the sobrang traffic sa labas, but they're ready to get this match going.
That's right. You know, the vibe in the dugout today, very serious. You know, they are not taking today lightly because it will win them a ticket to the finals, and we'll see how they all play today.
Right, and of course, we're also with Aiel Estraniero. Aiel, this is the best of the best now. Last 4 teams in our tournament here in the All-Filipino Conference, so we expect each match to be big time.
Yeah, for sure. It's day one of the semis. It's a clean slate for the 4 teams, and it's the last phase to enter the final. So you understand that all teams want to start strong, as you see the top 4 teams after the preliminaries. PLDT and Signal winning the qualifying round, booking them a straight ticket to the semis. Meanwhile, Farm Fresh and CREAMLINE had to play next lead and Akari respectively in a knockout match, but that win in the play-in secured them the ticket to the semis, and they completed the 4-team cast, and right now it's going to be a single round robin in the semifinals. Top 2 teams will move forward to the finals, and bottom 2 teams will play for the battle for bronze. Both the battle for bronze and the finals is going to be a best of 3 series. So you just know that from the get-go in the semifinals, you got to rack up the wins right away, and that's what PLDT and Signal and the CREAMLINE wants today.
So we are ready to see these teams go all out in order to make it to the finals. It was sort of a foreshadowing in top 4 teams, no? Nung eliminations, dahil sila rin yung nakapasok dito sa semifinals. But obviously, this is a different story right now in the semis. Let's talk about the PLDT high-speed hitters. So much success last year for them, 2 titles in 2 tournaments, and then of course players getting healthier. Kim Kiana D, we waited for her to come back last year, and this year she has really gotten more comfortable with the high-speed hitters.
Exactly. I mean, PLDT just dropped 2 games prior to this match, but Kiana D took the center stage in the scoring department against the Farm Fresh Foxies. 19 points on top of 50% spiking efficiency. She's second in spiking overall, so I'm just very sure that the cross-court shots of Kiana D will be something that CREAMLINE will try to slow down today.
Truly, what a performance from Kiana D. What a comeback. And if our PVL fans want to see her in the All-Star Showcase and you have a few hours left to vote, you can vote at the pvl.ph/allstar, and we'll be revealing who the teams are next week. But you know, Dip and Aiel, I spoke with Kiana earlier, and she was all good vibes actually. Napaka-smiley, napaka-laughing energy namin kanina. And to say, you know, they had 2 long weeks off these past 2 weeks, and they used it wisely. They trained longer, they trained better, And I asked her, what about the pressure of today's game? And ang sabi niya, you cannot remove this. It's something you can't control, but what they can do is prepare well and do that with quality. And for Kiana, all she wants to do is stay consistent, maintain that attack conversion that she has been putting up in the past few games. And of course, they want to win gold. As Dip mentioned a while ago, they already won in the On Tour and the Invitational last year. They hope to add more trophies to that cabinet. And if anything, ang sabi lang sa akin ni Kiana, it will be a good game tonight, but it won't be easy.
Right, for Kim Kianadi, she will be ready to shake it to the max as always, diba? Lalo na ngayong semifinals, diba? She is back with PLDT in postseason. It's been a while, diba? 2023, sabi ni Jules, the last time they were here in the semis of the All-Filipino Conference. So they are hungry and they are eager to play here, Ayel.
Oh, well, of course, for PLDT, they've always got that, they already got that experience. So for them, it's all about showing up today. And it's not going to be easy. They're also facing one of the most awarded teams in the PVL.
At hindi lang si KKD ang star natin dito, Jules.
Exactly. Speaking of it won't be easy, Eliza Valdez, who's on the card right now, won't make it easy. And again, if you want to see her play in the All-Star Games, then the clock is running. You better vote at the pvl.ph/allstar. Hanggang 11:59 p.m. na lang yan. And actually, Dip and Ayel, the reveal of the PVL and Spikers Turf All-Star announcement will be on the starting lineup next Monday at 6:30 p.m. So you can catch that at One Sports and Pilipinas Live. And now, you know, going back to Eliza, how did she do these past few games as a starter?
I mean, right, as you mentioned, as the clock ticks for our All-Star voting, well, Eliza Valdez, she's turning back the clock dito sa PVL with her vintage performances the past 2 games. She's been incredible for CREAMLINE. Long may she reign whenever she wants. So she's the queen of volleyball, and these are amazing numbers she had against the Chargers.
I agree. It feels like a rebirth of Eliza Valdez. The last few games has been like the best we've seen her in a while. When push comes to shove, she really reminded all of us that she is still the clutch and reliable leader of the Pool Smashers. Double-double against Akari and 18.5 points in averaging in the past 4 games. So she's gonna be an important weapon today against PLDT.
And you know, again, I was able to speak with Eliza. And ang sabi ko sa kanya, what's behind this kind of performance? And you know, she simply told me, I want to play like a rookie. And for me, that says a lot. You know, she's playing with humility and respect, not just for her opponents, but also for the game. And ang tanong ko sa kanya, when it comes to high-stakes games like this, how do you prepare? And she said she makes more effort to be calm, to feel lighter. And it's a nod from her Ateneo days. You know, Coach Tai teaching the rest of the Blue Eagles how to meditate. That is something that she picked up. And having been in the AFC semifinals for 10 times now, today is actually different for her. You know, the level of play is different. She is feeling all the nerves and all the excitement. And I'm sure that will reflect on how they all play on court today. And actually, I want to involve our PVL fans because I'm sure a lot of them are excited to see how this match will turn out. And of course, we want you behind us all the way. So we have a Pilipinas live poll question for you. And that is, which team will control the net with their blocking? Will it be the PLDT high-speed hitters or the CREAMLINE Pool Smashers? Also, converse with us with the hashtag PVL2026, and we'd love to know all of your thoughts.
All right, so we can't wait for the answers of our viewers over on the Pilipinas Live app. And we can't wait as well to bring in the matchup between the PLDT high-speed hitters and the CREAMLINE Pool Smashers here in the semifinals. But first, we leave you with this video of Main Karak Energy, brought to you by Kat Arado of the high-speed hitters. Please watch this.
Yung conference na to talaga parang sa amin, roller coaster siya ng emotions. Doon talaga kami nadadali. Yung emotions namin, medyo tumataas, tapos medyo mababa. So yun yung time na parang nagkukulang. Yung parang nawawala kami sa presence na nangyayari sa loob ng game kasi nga nauuna yung emotions. Buti na lang talaga yung coaches namin, talagang sobrang tiyaga magpaalala sa amin na medyo i-level lang natin, hinga lang ng malalim. So hindi sila nagsasawang paalalahanan kami lagi. So sila talaga yung parang nagiging hugot namin sa mga roller coaster moment namin sa game. Siguro yung pinaka-importante na natutunan namin, yung patience talaga. Since day one, training namin, pagbalik namin itong taon, pinaalala nila coach sa amin na walang madaling games ngayon, walang madaling team na tatalunin, puro mahihirap. Kahit sabihin mong natalo mo sila sa second round, tatalunin ka nila kasi alam na nila yung galaw nila. So hindi kami pwedeng dahil nanalo kami, nasa top kami, ay mag-overconfident kami na kaya namin hanggang dulo. Hindi, kailangan talaga one game at a time. kailangan namin habaan yung pasensya na aralin yung mga kalaban. Kasi nga, ang gagaling na ng mga teams ngayon, hindi na basta-basta. Dito sa laban namin against CREAMLINE, kailangan namin yung dagdagan pa yung consistency ng bawat isa. Lalo na yung game adjustments. Kasi doon talaga kami dinadali minsan, lalo na pag alam namin pinupush kami ng kalaban. Kailangan namin maging consistent doon sa mga bagay na nakakatulong sa amin, lalo na yung pagiging mahabang pasensya namin. Kasi nga, itong semis na to, hindi na magiging madali talaga. Medyo mahirap man siya, pero hindi ako bibitaw para sa goal namin.
Higpitan ninyo. At baka kayo ang mapigtas.
Push us to our limits, find out why we're super.
Walang connection na mapapati.
We're taking the high-speed route to the crown.
Hindi lang kami handa, fresh pa kami.
Matagal-tagal din ang aming hinintay para makaani.
Hirap na pinagdaanan, yan ang nagpatamis sa pagpasok sa semi.
Hindi na sapat ang chillin' lang. It's time to show that winning is part of our DNA.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mall of Asia Arena. This is the semifinal round of the PVL All-Filipino Conference 2026. This is match number 55 between the PLDT High-Speed Hitters and the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. And now let's meet our officials for this match. Our first referee, Joy De Imos, International Referee. The second referee is Joffer Educado, National Referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the PLDT High-Speed Hitters. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 3, Mika Reyes. Outside spiker also from La Salle, number 5, Aliyah Malaluan. Outside spiker from the University of Oklahoma, number 6, Savvy Davison. Center from LaSalle, number 9, Kim Fajardo. Middle blocker also from LaSalle, number 10, Madjoy Baron. Opposite hitter from LaSalle, number 11, Kim Kiana D. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, team captain, Kat Arado. Head coach for PLDT is Ralph Ricafort. And now the starters for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 2, team captain, Alyssa Valdez. Center from the Far Eastern University, number 1, Kyle Negrito. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benil, number 6, Pangs Panaga. Middle blocker from Ateneo, number 14, Bea De Leon. Opposite hitter from the University of the Philippines, number 18, Tots Carlos. Outside spiker from FEU, number 19, Bernadette Pons. Starting libero also from FEU, number 11, Kyla Atienza. And the head coach for CREAMLINE is Sherwin Meneses. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board.
Here are the starters for the PLDT high-speed hitters: Reyes, Baron, D, Fajardo, Malaluan, Davison, and Arado for Coach Ralph Ricafort. Meanwhile, for the Cool Smashers, Panaga, De Leon, Carlos, Negrito, Valdez, Pons, and Atienza for Coach Sherwin Meneses. And we are all set for this semi-final showdown between CREAMLINE, led by Eliza Valdez and Savvy Davison of the PLDT high-speed hitters. We thank you once again for joining us over on One Sports Plus and the Pilipinas Live app. Tip Dipianco alongside Ayel Estraniero. We have our courtside reporter Jules Israel to give us the stories from the sidelines. Ayel, as you mentioned, all roads were leading here to the semifinals and to the Mall of Asia Arena.
And we mentioned also on top of the coverage, it's a clean slate for all the 4 teams who entered the semifinals. So all the games in the preliminaries, the qualifying round, the play-in, it's a thing of the past right now. So what PLDT and CREAMLINE wants to do really is to start the semifinals on a high note.
Right, so as we get going here, first point for PLDT after the service error. Negrito. And that's a point for CREAMLINE.
Kyle Negrito, she was a surprise starter during their play-in game against Agari. And she will be starting again today.
Fajardo goes to the middle. And that will be a point for Madjoy Baron.
And Fajardo with an activation in the middle there. We know that Savvy Davison will carry a big load of scoring, but we also know that the middles are high-scoring players for the high-speed hitters.
Let's see how the Cool Smashers respond. But a block, back-to-back points for Baron.
CREAMLINE has to remember PLDT is #1 in blocking. That's one of their biggest strengths. So they have to play better in offense. That time, Baron towering De Leon.
3-1 in favor of PLDT. Valdez will have a crack at it. Coverage was there. This is going to be another point for PLDT. So that's 3 straight points for the high-speed hitters.
And so far, it's the defense working, especially the net defense working for PLDT.
Good answer from Eliza Valdez.
Faster set that time, going to Valdez. Take a second look on that. Loose block coming from PLDT, opened up the cross-court angle.
PDL now serving. 2-4. Fajardo tosses it to Davison. Calf transferring to Baron, who has been reliable at the start of this set one.
I have to say PLDT really able to play loosely from the get-go here in the first set, but so far you can see CREAMLINE still scrambling a little bit, especially in their floor defense.
Back to a 3-point lead for PLDT. Kyle goes to Valdez. Saved by the high-speed hitters. Back row doesn't work. Slide for Panaga.
Wow.
Pons with a coverage. Valdez on the attack and the score.
And this is what CREAMLINE has to do. They need to stay relentless in offense because PLDT has been getting the blocks in, but that time again, Eliza Valdez with a sharp cross.
Now we know that Eliza, the past 2 games right before the semifinals, the numbers that she's produced really were amazing for CREAMLINE. Going back to her old form, reminding us what she is capable of. This time, dug by Davison. Malaluan on the try. Saved by Negrito. Valdez! What an angle!
Wow! It gets sharper and sharper in each attempt for Eliza Valdez. That was the 3rd time she went for that cross-court attack. Take a look at that. Whew.
Good stuff for CREAMLINE, who are now down by a single point. Davison in the hand time, saved by Carlos. Madjoy asserting herself at the net. Great net defense. The change-up for Carlos. Calf. Pipe attack for Davison. Dug by Atienza. This is a long rally, but a chance for PLDT. And it ends with a point from Baron.
The longest rally so far, but have to credit the floor defense of both teams. Both setters have to work hard today. Negrito and Fajardo had to find the right attacker that time, but it was Baron with that slight attack.
We can expect both teams to be scrappy with their floor defense. At time, it was wide. Point for the high-speed hitters.
I thought Carlos wanting to go down the line there, but that would sail out.
Now, the last time these 2 teams met was back in February 5, no elimination round.
It's been a while.
Itong ating All-Filipino Conference. With PLDT winning that in straight sets. But again, this is a totally different environment in the postseason as Carlos was able to score. And at the same time, yung players that did not play in that match are here. Starting out for both teams.
A lot has changed for sure, even in their systems.
Malaluan off the block, it drops as PLDT takes us to the first technical timeout, 8-5.
Welcome back to the PVL All-Filipino Conference semifinals. It's the the CREAMLINE co-smashers versus the PLDT high-speed hitters. You know, for a pressure-packed game such as this, Savvy Davison is happy to say that she is well-rested and recovered for today. Known for her quick wit and smarts on court, Savvy and her top-seed squad entered today's match with a plan. The past 2 weeks, they focus on the basics: service receive, service, and passing. And while others focus on the nitty-gritty details, the high-speed hitters keep it simple. Watched a lot of film, scouted their opponent's tendencies, and of course, strengthened their own skills. When asked what version of the team they want to show tonight, she says she doesn't want to be at their 100% just yet. Today won't be their best because they still got more to show. And if you want to see Savvy and her teammates in the All-Star Games, cast your votes at pvl.ph/allstar and make it quick because voting ends tonight. Zipaneo?
Yeah, speaking of, Jules, don't forget to catch the starters reveal for the PVL and Spikers Turf Volleyball All-Star Showcase. That will be live on Starting Lineup on April 13. That is on Monday at 6:30 p.m. on One Sports and the Pilipinas Live app. Diyan natin ipapakita yung sino pa yung mga naboto ng ating fans for the All-Star Showcase.
I'm sure all the fans are waiting for that announcement, but also the players for sure.
Meanwhile, action resumes. PLDT still ahead by 3 points. Davison on the drop, finding the sweet spot.
A good touch there coming from Davison, playing it very smart.
Just going back to that report of Jules, talked about Savvy and how she feels fresh for this match. 2 weeks nga naman nagpahinga yung PLDT after they did their job dun pa lang sa qualifying part, straight to the semifinals. So a lot of rest, but at the same time, we know these things can also be tricky.
I mean, they had the opportunity to scout their opponents, but for CREAMLINE, they have the momentum clearly. They have played more over the past days, and that could also be their advantage going into this match.
PDL getting that point for CREAMLINE. Thoughts now to serve. And that is an ace for Carlos.
Enough spin and power that time to get an ace off the hands of Davison.
One more time for Tots, this time picked up. They go all the way to Davison on the left side. A save by Carlos. Valdez comes up short. That's going to be 4 touches.
Yep. Question is, will they challenge that or not? I mean, that was a good set from Negrito to the back row.
Yeah. No challenge from the side of CREAMLINE, so that'll be a point for PLDT. Yes. With that serve. Pons. Oh, what a save by Mika. The tip. Now with the white shirts. Pons again breaks the block.
Oh, Bernadette Pons is just one tough attacker to defend. Switching angles that time. She was going cross court, but changing angle, going down the line, going for the hands of Majoy Baron.
Down by only 2 points. And that is in! Clearly! Davison just watched that ball go down.
It's quite clear at this point that Davison has been the target of the serves of CREAMLINE, and they have been successful so far. 2 aces already against Davison.
Ang ganda rin ng serve na biglang lumihis. And again, trouble on the first ball. Back-to-back aces for Bernadette Pons. A 5-1 run to tie it up at 11.
I mean, Savvy Davison is the ace player of PLDT, so CREAMLINE really wants to put her out.
Rightfully so, as Coach Rauld senses panic, he calls for time.
Yung pang-drill ng Dipas, iwan pa rin.
Walang paso lang.
Target serve na, target serve. Yung Dipas ha, kailangan nakadikit ha.
Okay, go, Jen! Clearly, the timeout was just for the players to regroup. Just one reminder, Pasa, that's what they need right now. They need a good stop on the good services coming from Bernadette Pons.
Bernadette Pons back at the service line. Can she make it 3 in a row? And she does! 3 straight aces for MV Pons.
Really precise serves coming from Bernadette Pons, pushing Davison back to the end zone. I mean, unstable form so far coming from Davison.
And finally, Savvy able to properly pass that one. Arado goes back to her. Creamline, by the way, already with the lead. They look to add to their total. The dig by Arado. Davison.
Oh, great dig.
What a save by Atienza. Valdez goes up. Saved by Fajardo. B this time. And it's playable. Long rally alert. And the cross scored by Savvy Works. Also has some words to say to our second referee.
Yep. But take a look at that effort. And this is going to be good for the confidence of Davison. But I think that was what they were talking about. But that was a good save coming from Atienza.
Yeah. $12-all. And that will work for Kyle Negrito.
A surprise 1-2 play coming from Kyle Negrito. PLDT has to remember Negrito is one offensive-minded setter.
Lead back with Creamline, 13-12. They've been targeting Davison. Eliza goes up. Malaluan picks it up. Another one for PLDT. Davison working extra hard here in this set 1.
That's what Creamline wants for sure. But for Davison, she really has to stay focused. She has to stay patient because the blocks will be up against her for sure. But so far, so good for her, just playing it smart.
I mean, if you look back at their elimination round matchup, it was Savvy who scored 26 points in straight sets. So alam ng Creamline, napupuntahan nila si Davison. So I guess that's what they're trying to do, is take her out of the equation, targeting her with their services, but she's still gonna get her points either way. And right now, they regain advantage, 14-13. Timeout for Creamline.
Yung rotation yan, makaikot tayo, okay na sa atin.
Yes.
Ha? Hindi naman kailangan magsiksikan kasi wala na si Sabi doon. Di ba? Executean tayo kung ano gusto ni Pangs. Kung busy tayo, dikit natin yung bola. Ha? Okay, 1 point muna tayo.
Technical timeout there coming from Coach Sherwin, talking about combination plays, and that's what they need playing against a #1 blocking team so far. As you see the numbers of Savvy Davison, you mentioned it earlier, dipped 26 points, and on top of that, 11 excellent digs against Creamline during the preliminary round.
Oh, that's the play drawn up. Coach Sherwin pointing it out during the timeout. Diba kung anong gusto ni Pangs, ibigay natin. It worked for Creamline.
Slide attack separating the blockers of PLDT.
4th deadlock of the first set. That one way wide for Negrito.
Zone 5 has been the target.
Back set to Carlos, rejected.
What a read coming from Malaluan and Reyes. I mean, 3 attackers in front for Creamline, but still a block for PLDT.
As we go to the second technical timeout. we have the stars of Project Loki, Dylan Menor, Jada Avanzado, and Marco Gallio. Their show streaming now on Signal Play and soon on TV5. We'll get a chance to speak with them and hear from them later on. But right now they're enjoying this close matchup between PLDT and CREAMLINE in the semifinals. And it is giving semifinals talaga.
I mean, as expected, high-stakes match in each game in the semifinals. And you can just feel that intensity right now.
Joust won by Pons.
I mean, it was an overpass. Fajardo, all she had was to go for that 1-2 play, but clearly read by CREAMLINE that time.
That's back-to-back points for the Cool Smashers to bring us to our 5th deadlock of set 1. That is going out. And service error for Valdez.
Service errors of CREAMLINE so far helping out PLDT here to keep this one really close.
Kyle goes to Pons in the combination. What a play.
It's too fast that time. No attempts coming from PLDT.
The spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Another combination play there working for the Cool Smashers.
Deej Rodriguez in the game to serve and sweep. Off the block and a point for Malaluan.
Just a simple attack there coming from Malaluan, using her height to get above the blockers. PLDT working hard to retain this 1-point lead.
(18-17). Pons again. This time slowed down by PLDT. Saved by Negrito. Carlos waits for it. Putting some spin on that. Still playable, and Savvy Davison will score.
Davison really squeezing that one through the hands of De Leon, avoiding the hands of the blockers. And this is going to be a good rotation for PLDT. Davison Reyes and Kiana D up in the front row.
19-17. Pons, that will be an attack error.
Scraping the antenna on that attack.
And CREAMLINE calls for time. They trail by 3.
Kailangan natin, nawala ng pasa, set na maayos. Nawala ng set na maayos, pasok lang. Okay?
Yes, coach.
O, gitna lang muna tayo.
Yes.
Gitna receive.
Let's go, ate.
One mo, gitna mo si ano. Gitna mo si Pons. Tayo naman ang big quick yan. Ito, doon lang. Sige, kayo lang yan. First attack naman eh.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hey,
one, CREAMLINE!
Specific instruction there coming from Coach Sherwin. Igitna lang yung receive. They want another combination play because right now they've been struggling to get a side out. As you see, the numbers of Cal Negrito in that win against Akari. 6 points and 23 excellent sets. Again, surprise for everyone that she started on that match.
Yeah, and she got the starting nut again today. But as we say that, Gia de Guzman is ready to check in alongside Michelle Gumabao for the Cool Smashers. And that's, I mean, going back to what you said, no? It was a surprise, but with Gia playing overseas, yun yung nagawa for Cal, but to get that
experience,
I
that
mean,
confidence as well.
How many titles did they win with her? So she's capable of replacing as well. But of course, Gia now on the floor. That'll be a point for PLDT.
PLDT inching closer to the end line. Both teams trying to maximize the depth of their lineup.
Three-point lead established by PLDT, but the service error by Jovi Prado.
2-point lead is not safe here in the tail end of set number 1.
Pons already has 6 points. That is outside as we welcome our viewers who are now tuned in via One Sports.
It's a long day of volleyball.
Yeah, so that means we wrapped up the UAAP matches already. Calf to Davison.
And every time Davison is in the front row, Fajardo is not even second-guessing. She's capitalizing the scoring ability of Savvy Davison.
PLDT, they are 2 points away from taking the opening frame. De Guzman, let's set up for Valdez. And that'll drop.
A good anticipation there for Kiana D. And Savvy Davison just too difficult for a third touch.
Gemma Galanza, to the delight of the Creamline fans, enters the game for the first time. Let's see what she's able to bring here towards the end of set 1. Fajardo to Davison on that. Again, putting some spin on that. Back-to-back points off speed.
Yep, I mean the donut hole has been a big problem on the side of the Cool Smashers. They will need to solve that one. Davison has scored a lot of points in that zone already.
PLDT already at set point. Jessie De Leon, Angge Alcantara in the game for the high-speed hitters. That will not go over for Savvy.
PLDT has been trying to serve short, but just a little short that time for Davison. That's Carlos and Cal Negrito back on the court right now. No room for errors anymore for the Cool Smashers.
(21-24). Alcantara delivers it to Malaluan. That's high enough for Negrito. Valdez with a clear out goes to Tots. Saved by Savvy, and the quick one for Baron, but kept alive by Creamline. Play on. Tough for Malaluan. Chance for the Cool Smashers. And they save another set point.
Scrappy play there coming from the Cool Smashers, holding tight. Take a second look at that. Negrito finding Pons. Open from the back row. Timeout, PLDT.
Hindi naman lang kailangan tigayin eh. Pag nagbipas na ng one. Basta quality na lang sa window. Isang pass na nang galing sa 5.
One pass ka!
Sakali may bipas ah.
Dahan-dahan lang ha, dahan-dahan lang. Let's go.
Kapiansa, kapiansa.
Hey, PLD!
Let's go, let's go!
2 set points saved by Creamline here in the first set. Matawag ng timeout si Coach Sheldrick Ford, wanting to break the momentum. But this is where Creamline is dangerous. We know that they fight till the last point. They have the weapons for it. No room for error. Good ball from Malaluan. They go to Savvy. Oh, that has been unsolvable for Creamline. And I think there was a slight collision between Valdez and Negrito. Slow to get up, but they seem okay. And the PLDT high-speed hitters take the opening set. This play of the set is brought to you by Pure Gold. Sa Pure Gold, always panalo. That move of Savvy has been her panalo move for set 1. We'll be back with a second after the break.
of Project Loki, the newest mystery crime thriller happening on TV5. We'll catch that on TV5. And I'm here with Dylan Menor, Jada Avanzado, and Marco Gallio. And I have a few questions to ask you.
Right.
I'm sure that our viewers are excited to know more about Project Loki. Dylan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Can you describe your character in 3 words so we can get to know him more?
All right, but first of all, I just want to say hi to SMO Arena. What's up? This is Dylan Menor, and I'll be playing Loki Mendez. And to answer your question, Loki Mendez, he is basically, he's very mysterious. He's nonchalant, but at the same time, he's very smart. He's intelligent, he's sharp, and he's always 1 or 2 steps or 3 steps ahead.
Mysterious and nonchalant. I think our viewers are gonna like that. But Jada, I have a question for you.
right.
Your character is so interesting, Lorelai. What makes her the heart of the QED club?
I think definitely her empathy for victims of the crimes or the cases that they solved. That does make her the heart of the group. And also, I think how she has the ability to bring out a different side of Loki and actually every character, and how also she is the point of view character of the series. So the story is told from her point of view. So I think that does make her the heart of the story. And we get an insight of her emotions and her experiences and how she grows throughout her journey.
I
in
love
the
that,
story.
you know, because you're the heart of Project Loki, and we're here right
She
now
is.
in the heart of volleyball, and that is
Yes,
PVL.
that's
And of
right.
course, Marco, I have a question for you. Luther is the older brother. So ano ba yung dynamic ninyo on screen as brothers and off screen na rin? Pwede naman.
I think he in the story he tries to hate me a lot, but definitely there's a love-hate relationship between us, and throughout the whole season, you guys are gonna see the growth of that.
Of course, that love-hate relationship, I think it's normal with any sibling
Yeah,
relationship,
correct.
right? And I'm sure you also want to invite our viewers to watch Project Loki, so go ahead. Where can we watch Project Loki?
Hi everyone, you guys could watch Project Loki sa Signal. It's all available there. And of course, you guys could watch it also. Malapit na po sa TV5 sa May 23. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat. Love you guys so much.
Yan, narinig nyo sa cast mismo ng Project
Yeah.
Loki kung saan mapapanood at kailan. Thank you very much to the cast of Project Loki. And of course, we're all looking forward to see this on Signal Play and TV5.
Thank you so much.
Can we take a selfie? Yes, yes, please.
Back inside the SM Mall of Asia Arena for your 2026 PVL All-Filipino Conference. The high-speed hitters taking the first set. And we see the leading scorers right now. Savvy with 8 points. Pons with 7. It's a good matchup to watch out for all throughout this duel, IL.
I mean, for PLDT, it has been Davison, yes, leading the way, but getting a lot of support too from other players. And it has been simple yet efficient on the side of PLDT.
So set 2 underway here in One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas live app. Tip Bianco, IL Estranero, Jules Israel, their broadcast team for this first point for the Cool Smashers. But let's talk a bit about the first set. Anong nakita mo what that allowed PLDT to get that set 1?
No, clearly it was their consistency, not giving away a lot of errors, and Davison recovering so quickly after being the consistent target in the first ball.
Yeah. Naka-tatlong ace
Yep.
si Pons, no, in that sequence alone. But in the end, PLDT racked up the points and did not look back. Right now, it's a better start for CREAMLINE in set 2.
Tots Carlos a bit quiet in that first set. They will need her production here in the second set.
Yeah, only 2 points in set 1 for Tots. Davison high up. Waited for that. Nilipat sa kanan. Attack of the Doug. And a free ball. Davison says, give me that.
And she has that elevation to really score a point in the regalos, but credit half the point with that good attack coming from Kiana D, forcing a regalo straight to the hands of Davison.
Underhand set to points, covered. They transfer to the opposite. Oh, Manaluan getting a touch. That's still good. Yerva on the first ball, the push. Boypa. Good presence of mind for Mika Reyes. And Davison just putting the finishing touch on that incredible effort by the high-speed hitters.
A lot of pinballs there, a lot of great reactions. I mean, you got to love the hustle on the floor defense of the high-speed hitters.
Sabi nga ni Juice, they are dialed in dito sa ating semifinals. It is showing right now.
Ooh.
No connection there on the side of CREAMLINE as they give up the lead.
Miscue there on that combination play for Panaga and Negrito. But CREAMLINE has to help out Negrito here. They need a more stable passing for Negrito to really activate all her attackers.
There you go. Good ball from Nierva, but Pons unable to convert. That's 4 unanswered points for the high-speed hitters, which forces Coach Sherwin to call an early timeout.
Ang maganda kasi, Porto pa lang, hindi na natin alam yung ginagawa natin, position natin, para pag-control ng bola. Yung mga situation na makakontrol natin, hindi natin makontrol. Okay? Mindset tayo, madali lang ang laro. O, kayo, re-receive lang tayo, first attack. Execute lang.
Go girls! Let's go! One, CREAMLINE!
Coach Sherwin, simple instructions, first ball, first attack, that's what they need. They're usually efficient in their first attack, but clearly right now PLDT giving them a more difficult time. They need to fight for every point here, talking about the cool smashers.
Yeah, a preemptive timeout, sabi niya, no? Habang maaga pa, no? He doesn't want this to get out of hand for CREAMLINE. Ooh, but another miscue for the cool smashers twice now in set 2.
Yep, I mean, Cal Negrito really forcing to activate Panaga there, but double miscue in the past few sequences.
So, triple substitution here, if there's such a thing, but they had to do that as CREAMLINE has struggled to give an answer to PLDT.
It's Coach Sherwin pressing the emergency button already. I mean, a very early double sub here. He wants a complete front row right now.
Bringing in Galanza, De Guzman, and Gumabaw. Let's see here. They activate Panaga, but again saved by PLDT. Boypa. Outside to Pons. Saved by Reyes. What an effort for the middle blocker. Gia tosses. Blocked by KKD.
Formidable blocking so far being shown by PLDT. They are believing that defense can be key to winning today. I mean, take a look at that one-man block against Bernadette Pons. And that celebration for Coach Raldrick Aport.
No one enjoyed that better than Coach Shrald. Well, they are the #1 blocking team after all dito sa ating All-Filipino Conference. CREAMLINE still hasn't managed that first ball as of late. And KKD with a blockbuster.
I mean, the game plan is working for PLDT. Serve strong to put Creamline into out of system, and that gives them an easier time to put their blockers. But right now, it's also the scoring of PLDT. That time KKD with a loose block.
And an ace delivered by Mika Reyes. So what is going on in the camp of CREAMLINE? They will talk about it here in the first technical timeout as they trail by 6. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena for your PVL 2026 All-Filipino Conference semifinals. Day number 1.
Yep.
Earlier, Signal winning over Farm Fresh in 4 sets. And right now, PLDT looking to go up 2 sets to none. But we're still far from that, and CREAMLINE has lots of chances to make up for it. Michelle Gumabao scores the point. A chance for us to get this report from Jules Israel.
The CREAMLINE Cool Smashers are trying to keep it cold and composed. Now on their 10th semifinals appearance, they are no stranger to high-stakes games such as this. And when they go out of system, one thing is clear. Sabi nga ni Coach Sherwin sa huddle, bawi lang ulit and go back to basics. What can turn things around for them now is their relentless grit and unmatched teamwork, as Bernadette Pon said. And you know what they're also doing? They're taking all the lessons they learned this conference and putting them to good use on court today. Leading this effort is Bernadette Pons, and her laser focus resulted in 3 big service aces in that last set, and of course, crucial attacks. For her, everyone can have the same skill, but it's heart and character that makes you the cut above the rest. And this is what she'll bank on to win this set. And if you want to see Bernadette Pons in the All-Star Games, then vote now on pvl.ph/allstar and do it now because voting ends tonight. Dip NIL.
Thanks a lot, Jules. So again, we invite our viewers to vote over at pvl.ph/allstar. You only have until tonight, 11:59 p.m. before we close the voting, and the starters will be revealed on Monday, the starting lineup. Meantime, CREAMLINE are down by 4 points. Again, on April 13, that is on Monday, the starters will be revealed on starting lineup. That will be on One Sports and on the Pilipinas live app. Exciting stuff, but right now, Cool Smashers are on a mission to get back. Only down by 3.
They get lucky that time. Davison playing it safe, straight to the net, so that's going to be a free point for the Cool Smashers.
PDL and company on a 4-1 run. Biggest lead earlier was at 6 points for the high-speed hitters. Baron, that will do. And a much-needed answer.
PLDT is locked in right now. As you mentioned, they are on a mission regardless of who is inside of the court of the Cool Smashers. PLDT keeping the intensity really stable all throughout.
Yeah. Gemma on the pickup. The attack. And the score for CREAMLINE right there.
Much needed for the Cool Smashers.
The spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan, Bernadette Pons already with 9 points.
And she's loving that combination play. She's been scoring a lot on that B3.
Going head-to-head with Savvy, who has 10. Pipe attack, dug by Pons. De Guzman, they go to Gemma Galanza, who scores her first point. What a sight.
I'm sure the fans have missed Gemma Galanza. And what a time for her to be back on the court. I'm sure they will be needing her offense and defense today.
Now, she played in all 4 sets against Sakari, failed to score a point, but again, you have to be patient because she's coming off an injury. The tip doesn't work. Malaluan on the cross court. Ball and goes into the stands.
Again, just efficient volleyball so far coming from PLDT. Wasting no time, wasting no energy. Great dig coming from Kiana D and Malaluan, scoring one against Atienza.
Three-point game. The save by Fajardo. Malaluan. Bit awkward on that, so an easy ball given up. Gemma again. Nika got lost, and Galanza with her second point right away.
Gemma Galanza can be a game changer here. Again, PLDT started strong in this set. Cool Smashers trailed by at least 6 points earlier, and right now they are trying to close the gap.
Na nabanggit sa atin ni Jules, diba? 10th semifinals appearance in the All-Filipino / Open Conference for CREAMLINE. So they know how it feels like to be in the postseason more than anyone. Just again, the question that looms is, can they get together as sabay-sabay? Injuries have hurt them. Different players stepping up in different games.
And that's going to be a challenge for them, especially today against PLDT.
Turing gets a touch, but that one goes straight to Arado. T on the attack, and the score.
Kiana D, we talked about her on top of the coverage, 50% spiking efficiency, second in attacking overall. So we've been talking about Davison, but CREAMLINE could not forget about the scoring efficiency of KKD.
Because she also doesn't forget, sabi nga ni Jules, alam
ko.
She hopes to maintain that attack efficiency. Speaking of efficiency.
Take a second look at that again. That combination play, points just rising to the occasion right now for the Cool Smashers.
You can sense that Ponce is giving it her all. Every time she goes up for the ball. Second try for Reyes. That is inside. Nobody home.
And a good target also for Reyes, going for the corner bucket, seeing that the defense pattern of the Cool Smashers was a bit forward. Take a look at that. No one there clearly for the Cool Smashers.
14-10. Gia underhand to Gumabaw. Arado with another save. CREAMLINE on the attack, off the block and out. MG, 2 points off the bench.
And the substitutions has been working for the Cool Smashers. Gia de Guzman, Michelle Gumabaw, Gemma Galanza, really creating impact.
Galanza on the serve. Calf back set. D.
Again, a fast low straight to Kiana D. Perfect connection yet again with Kim Fajardo.
Did you say 50%? Right now it's looking like 80 or something.
That's how it feels for us.
Diba? 15-11. A point away from the second technical timeout. Tip doesn't get it for CREAMLINE. One more time, Galanza with a stretch. Ponce! Down it goes!
She has been unstoppable in this set. I mean, you've got to love how De Guzman also keeps on trusting Bernadette Ponce.
Turing on deck to serve. That's a power serve, a heavy one. And also 2 high-speed hitters went for it, Malaluan and Davison. Couldn't figure out who would get that ball.
And that's gonna be an impact play for the Cool Smashers. A rare mistake there on the side of PLDT.
Almost back-to-back for Sheena Turing. But back-to-back points nonetheless for CREAMLINE, and they're down by only one.
Here comes the Cool Smashers. What looked like a comfortable lead earlier for PLDT is just now up by a point.
They have their rookie to thank for that. With those good serves, but Kiana D has been on point. And we go to the second technical timeout, 16-14. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, and you're still watching the PVL 2026 All-Filipino Conference Semifinals on One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. Effortless is how we've described KKD over that break, IL.
Yep, I mean, we talked about her efficiency, but also you can see that confidence in her, that she knows that when she gets that set, it's going to be a point, the decision making, and just the overall game so far. But it's not just KKD, it's also the entire team of PLDT. Regardless if you're coming off the bench, all the players really in sync right now.
CREAMLINE fans trying to encourage their team to get back in this game. BDL answers to that call.
And that's going to be big for the Cool Smashers, the involvement of their middles. I mean, Turing and De Leon has been quiet so far in terms of scoring, but finally getting one in. And you want that because you want to really lessen the load of blockers to your wing attackers.
1 point game. Overpass. De Leon couldn't put it away. Ball slowed down. Gia goes back to BDL. Ties the game at 16.
Back-to-back points for BDL. And so far, no answers from the blockers of the high-speed hitters. Take a look at that. An open block for De Leon.
5-1 run for the Cool Smashers, but halted after that service error by Gumabao. She apologizes for it. But great effort for CREAMLINE to get back in this. Savvy with a serve. Gia had to chase. MG does her best, but Malaluan was ready.
I mean, Malaluan perfectly reading that attack of Michelle Gumabao. Take a look at that.
Perfect timing for Malaluan.
Crucial errors on the service line coming from both teams.
Shroud Ricafort and PLDT on another semis appearance. This is the first time again since 2023 in the All-Filipino na nagsama sila ng CREAMLINE. Although they did not battle in the semis dahil iba yung format that time. And Gemma Galanza breaks the block.
And this is why Gemma Galanza is the perfect attacker to challenge PLDT. Despite two blockers, she's unfazed. She knows how to play with those hands.
third deadlock here in set 2. This is a broken play. Tough. Nothing PLDT could come up with, and lead swings to CREAMLINE.
And we saw the reaction of Savi Davison there, just lost the control on that bump set.
It is 19-18, timeout for the high-speed hitters.
Madaliin yung bipas, window kay Sophia. Same target, huwag madali. Okay lang ang bipas. Go, 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 go.
Simple words coming from Coach Aldric Fort. Huwag madaliin. Okay lang pag B-pass. It doesn't have to be a perfect pass, but just enough for Kim Fajardo to still go for a play. But right now, they will need a quick side out. Only 2 attackers on the front row of PLDT. Not a lot of options for Kim Fajardo. Both Kiana D and Savi Davison in the back row right now.
The perseverance paying off now for CREAMLINE after trailing majority of this set 2. They've gotten that lead quickly. Malaluan ties it up.
We also have to highlight Malaluan. Every time Davison in the back is in the back row, Malaluan also steps up with timely points.
Oh, no. Not a lot, but the right timing. Sheila Quiseo in to serve for PLDT. $19-all. Galeon! Again, the recipient of that setup by Gia de Guzman, and it has worked for them.
No, clearly has been the spark plug in the past few sequences. And again, PLDT is still unable to figure out.
Nice looking set 2 from Gia.
Opting for a faster attack in the middle.
DJ Rodriguez back to serve, 20-19. They maintain this limb advantage. Huepa. And down it goes. Where Gemma Galanza was 4 points off the bench. And you can just hear how CREAMLINE has been waiting for her.
I mean, after being down by a big points in the start right now, CREAMLINE oozing with confidence, really locked in to finish this one.
2-point lead. Cross court for Malaluan, a bit of a silencer.
What an angle there from Malaluan. Again, we have to mention she's just efficient. When they need a point, she delivers one.
8 points for Aliyah Malaluan. PLDT still playing catch-up. Good ball from Galanza. And then goes for the attack and the score.
Gemma Galanza in BDL has been the offensive weapons here in the tail end. Again, another combination play, and that angle allowed Galanza to score that point.
That will bode well for her confidence. For sure. Kiana D with a response.
She did not have to generate a lot of power there. Just a simple tip. Seeing a loose block from Turing. Again, efficiency still winning here for KKD.
That one picked up by Arado. Back set to D. Unstoppable.
She's a big problem there on the right pin, clearly. And Fajardo just capitalizing on that. Can't leave. One blocker against KKD. Timeout, CREAMLINE.
Kanina nga, dami nilang lamang eh. Di ba ngayon, na-atake pa tayo.
Yes,
Yes. Sige, anong bibigyan mo? Si papunta mo si Gemma dito. Okay, go.
Natatakbo ka? Okay.
Triangle lang tayo. Triangle. Pag binigyan ko ulit, di paluin natin. Triangle ako. Pag maganda yung receive, kukuha si Gia ng isang lock. Tayo na doon is
Okay, go!
Let's go! One, Creamline!
Timeout called by the Cool Smashers, Gemma Galanza. Well, good to see her regaining form after coming back from her injury. It's been a game of runs for Creamline. This is how they got back in the game. And even how they got the lead, but PLDT with an ongoing run of their own. Good dig by Pons. Galanza! One more time for Gemma.
She's a block breaker at this point. Gemma Galanza has been getting through the blocks of PLDT. Take a look at that, making it look so easy to get through the hands of KKD. Wow.
Boy, she has been a gem off the bench for Coach Sherwin. That substitution that Coach Sherwin did, yung tatlong pumasok, diba? That's when it changed for Creamline. And Pons asking for a check. Will they get it though? Outside called. And there will be a challenge called by the Cool Smashers.
I mean, at this point, you just maximize whatever ways you can get the point. Crucial challenge here for the Cool Smashers.
Block touch challenge. Inihingi na Creamline dito, Coach Sherwin.
Taking this opportunity too, just to talk to the players. Give some instructions again. Not a lot of room for them for errors. They're down by a set. This is so close. It's anybody's set at this point.
I can't tell, PLDT. They led by as many as 6 points dito sa set 2, but Creamline again just working every chance they get. Again, I think that's about three or four runs na ginawa nila until they got the lead. No block touch. Unsuccessful challenge for the Cool Smashers. And the official score is 23-all. 7th deadlock of set 2.
That's how close it has been in this set.
Reyes serving. Good ball from Gemma, which leads to a setup for Pax Managa.
And at this point, we have to mention Gia de Guzman really choosing the right attacker, making the right calls in terms of playmaking. The middles has been the highlight of this set for the Cool Smashers.
And Creamline is at set point. Panaga on deck to serve. 24-23. Calf will go to Davison. It goes for Savvy.
I mean, what a time for Davison to be in the front row too in this crucial stretch of the set. That's definitely good news for the high-speed hitters.
So we go to an extension here in set 2. And Coach Gerald brings in a double substitution. Jesse De Leon and Gay Alcantara. Back set to Gumaba. What a blockbuster.
I mean, we already know that Gumabao is heavy-handed, so you've got to press those hands in that time. Loose block coming from Savi Davison.
MG, it's in her hands, serving for the set. Angge to Baron, no blocker, but a save for Creamline. Chance! Dug by Arado. Davison on the power twist.
And you can expect at this stretch that Davison will get a lot of sets. She has been their leading scorer all throughout the conference, and in moments like this, she will get that set and she will deliver the point, and just like that, right at the donut hole yet again.
You can see both teams really communicating here. It has been a chess match in the late game, trying to figure out where they will bring the ball, and Gia has made the right decisions.
I mean, cool smashers, quick to get a side out. Bernadette Pons going above the hands of Majoy Baron.
Another set point. The third one for Creamline. And that will go over for Manaluan. And the Creamline cool smashers strike back. They get the second set. And the MOA Arena is rocking. This play of the set is brought to you by Pure Gold. Sa Pure Gold, always panalo.
After a slow start, they were able to bounce back and get set number 2.
We'll be back with the third set after the break.
All about what?
Yeah, like familiarity lang. I'll mention Eliza and Kiana.
Okay naman ang sa? Okay naman ang sa nila? Okay, kanina picture, kanina camera. Oh. Pwede na ba naka-atras sila forward dito? Atras o forward? Atras daw muna kayo. Okay, stand-by. Picture muna.
Back inside the SM Mall of Asia Arena for your PVL 2026 All-Filipino Conference. And AL, we are now with Jules Israel. But first, let's talk about the set 2 highlights. What a fight back from Creamline that we saw. Great energy after it seemed like PLDT was going to get it. They were up by 6 points, but Creamline, they did not give up. And got back in that.
And we have to mention the good decisions coming from Coach Sherwin as well, putting in the double sub very early, MG and Gia de Guzman as well as Gemma Galanza, and retaining them until the tail end of the set. Gemma Galanza was a spark off the bench, but De Leon and Panago also, the middles were the highlight, thanks to the decision making of Gia de Guzman. But PLDT did not play bad in that set, really high quality still, but again, it was just CREAMLINE having better composure in the tail end. As you see the numbers, big points coming from the attacking department, 20 for the Cool Smashers, 16 for PLDT. Both teams with one ace apiece, but both teams also playing it clean. So it really did just boil down to the last second decisions in the tail end of the second set.
Well, great energy, great atmosphere in the semifinals. Kind of like shades of what they had in college, diba, Jules? Kasi yung mga stars na to, naglaban-laban din yan back in their college days.
Yeah, that's right, Dipanel. Actually, I was a fan during that collegiate era of some of our players here on court. And I asked them, is this bringing back memories? And of course, they said yes. You know, there is that familiarity that they have on court. Playing 5 years in collegiate, plus here pa in the PVL. And when I spoke with Eliza Valdez, she told me that it's always nice to play against opponents who bring out the best in you. And if, in my opinion, you know, that's so humble of her. It's very nice of her to see and respect her opponents that way. And, you know, I also asked Kiana D the same question. And ang sabi niya sa akin ay, they're different versions of themselves naman na. So
yeah,
it's really a throwback, but also they're taking all the lessons that they can here in the PVL, especially on court today during this tight match. And of course, I'm sure our PVL fans want to see more of their favorite players and these switch-ups that are possible. So do vote in pvl.ph/allstar because voting ends tonight. And if you want to see them play on May 1, then now is the time to do that.
Yeah, rivalries continue even after college in a different way, that is. But again, if you want to see them play not just in the semifinals, but also in our All-Star Showcase, do so and vote them until 12 midnight tonight and send your favorite players to our All-Star Showcase on May 1, which will happen in Candon City, Ilocos Sur. Meantime, set 3 underway here.
Oof.
And the first point will go off the block. There's a clarification here.
A point will go to PLDT.
Ball in. Ball in. Oh, yes. Ball in. No. Ball in.
Our challenge will be called by CREAMLINE sa unang point pa lang, no?
Pinababa ko siya.
I mean,
Naka-out kasi siya.
there was a block there coming
Inside lang ang
from
tinawag ko.
Majoy Baron, I believe. But it was actually called in, but CREAMLINE convinced otherwise. Very risky challenge for them. They might be so sure for them to call a challenge in the first point.
And really goes to show how important this one is at the start. That is so close.
You have to credit the coaching staff there.
Outside and a successful challenge for the Cool Smashers. It was off the block, no, of PLDT. Right now, we are at set 3. Great point brought up by Jules earlier about with how these players are familiar with each other, but you also said na ibang laro na to. They have obviously matured. They've evolved to different types of players and systems as well.
Yep, I mean, yes, there is still familiarity, but there's also experience in terms of adjusting in game, and that's what we're seeing right now, especially in CREAMLINE earlier, the way they've adjusted the players on the court.
I mean, do tell us what happened dun sa ginawa ng CREAMLINE dahil nga they were playing catch-up, but down by 6 points. But where did it change for the Goal Smashers?
I mean, for sure, PLDT did their homework. They were familiar in how Tots Carlos play and how Eliza Valdez plays. These are the players who have been on the court majority of the time in the past few games. They've scouted and they've learned the tendencies. But with MG there, with Gemma Galanza there, it has really gave a different kind of flavor on the game of the Goal Smashers.
There you go. And Gemma, what a performance that was in set 2. 6 points off the bench. Really brought the energy for CREAMLINE. They keep the ball alive. D still pouring in the points for the high-speed hitters.
And with Kiana D, she just really knows when to step on the gas, when to step on the brake. I mean, she knows when to go for a power attack or just to slow things down. The time, putting more force in her attack.
They go to Panaga, but picked up Davison. Gemma got there on time. Pons straight to Savvy there. And a free ball for Davison.
Atienza wanted a faster first ball straight to De Guzman. Could not control that one perfectly. It was straight to the hands of Davison.
Gia, back set to MG. That is inside for Gumabao.
A perfect delay on that set coming from De Guzman, leaving MG with only one blocker and an open cross court for her.
It's exactly why Coach Sherwin stuck with the same players that he put in halfway or bandang gitna nung set 2.
Yep. And that's the beauty of having a deep bench. Really, in tournaments like this, wherein it's a long tournament format, you really have to foresee that there will be players who will have off games. And you would need players coming off the bench and creating impact from the get-go.
Malaluan, cross court, it drops. As you get this report from Jules Israel.
Last outing against the CREAMLINE Goal Smashers, the PLDT high-speed hitters dominated. And the thought of this win is what gives them confidence and evidence that if they can do it once, they can do it again. Spearheading the strategy is Kim Fajardo, who is steering her squad, and she will want to activate her attackers with a great connection that you both mentioned earlier. For her, the game is situational. It's a perfect pass or play won't always come her way, but it's up to her to keep her adjustments polished. And speaking of adjustments, Coach Ral Ricafort told their squad to not rush their movement, to take each point and play one at a time. So let's see if they take this game with this approach. Dip NAL.
Thanks a lot, Jules. Well, you can bet that both teams are thinking a lot throughout the match. No? Paano ba mag-a-adjust? There is a system in play right now, but for sure these players right now are also trying to find a way to maneuver their way against their opponents.
Yep, it's all about in-game adjustments, especially in matches like this.
2-point lead. 1-2 doesn't work for Gia. Malaluan on the drop. Nobody home.
Smart move coming from Malaluan. Seeing a big hole there at zone 2. 11 points for Malaluan.
This Panalo play is brought to you by Yakult.
Quiet 11 points from Malaluan.
One more time for Elia. Saved by Gemma. Pons dismantles the defense for her 15th point of the match.
All power on that attack for Bernadette Pons. Choosing the smaller blocker too in Kim Fajardo.
Malaluan. Stretched by Pons. Galanza sent back but covered by Atienza. Gemma. And it turns into a point.
A great dig there. Just to keep the rally alive, but no second ball for PLDT. Again, Cool Smashers playing catch up, but now just down by a point.
Six, 7. Atienza sends it back. Free ball for PLDT. Malaluan.
Quick dig from Galanza.
They go back row. And Pons from behind, unable to keep it in play.
A good target going for the end line. Unfortunately, that will sail out for Pons.
That will take us to the first technical timeout. Back here in One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas live app. PLDT up by 2 points over Creamline in set 3. And Peleon answers right after the break.
She continues to score for the Cool Smashers. 5th point for BDL, tooling the hands of Reyes.
Creamline again sticking their noses. Just down by 1. They get that stop. Galanza swings. Saved by Arado. Davison from behind. Dug by De Leon. We go on. Malaluan. And it goes for Aliyah. She's got a dozen points to her name.
What a game for Aliyah Malaluan. Again, whenever she's in the front row, just playing efficiently. Not the strongest of attacks, but it's all placement for Malaluan.
Again, right behind Savvy with 12 points. Davison has 13. KKD has 7. That is out for Gumabaw. Lead back to 3 for PLDT. Galanza on the soft touch. And KKD again. I mean, it takes a few seconds for us to process because, I mean, they haven't solved that problem at all.
Yep.
And this is what they hope to do after this timeout.
So 2-on-2 ang laban doon.
Pons, may gitna ka rin.
Yes, yes, yes. Para ma-eliminate si Sabi dito, medyo gitna natin o papunta ron. Sure yan, isa, dalawa, wala na tayong magagawa doon. Pero pag na-receive tayo, isa yan. Ayun ang pinaka-best yan. Ha? Then back sa gitna.
Yes!
Okay, 1 point na muna tayo. 1 point na.
Hey, one, Creamline!
The 2026 MPTC Tour of Luzon is back, bigger, bolder, and tougher than ever. Local and international cyclists face a grueling 14-stage battle across 13 provinces and 5 regions, a 1,800-kilometer test of endurance, speed, and strategy. Don't miss a single moment. Catch all the action live on the Pilipinas Live app, also on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Speaking of test of endurance, this game is somewhat like that.
That's for sure. A lot of reading, a lot of running on the court, especially in defense.
After a breather, Eliza Valdez will step on the floor to replace Gemma Galanza. Oh, Sherwin needs another shift in energy dito sa set 3 as they are down by 5. And right away, Valdez. De Guzman picked up that ball. Savvy was ready to get it back. D straight to Gumabaw. We play on. Off speed, doesn't work. Valdez, the drop. Boy pa. Atienza keeps it up. Panaga, no. This is a long rally alert. Valdez, the swipe.
That's not gonna work for Eliza Valdez. No, actually, that's gonna work for Valdez.
Yeah.
Let's take a second look at that. Smart in targeting the outer hand of KKD.
What didn't work was yung attempt ni Savvy. Dahil kinuha ni Gia yung bola.
And that was smart for Gia to get that ball.
And she saves that. Atienza to Valdez. Davison with a stretch. D.
Oh, great dig from Gia.
Back and forth. An exchange here. And Kiana D with another point. Now in double digits.
Had to go for a couple of attempts there. Good digging coming from the Coal Smashers. But KKD again really staying patient in offense. Cross court has been efficient for KKD.
Biggest lead now for the high-speed hitters. But the service there for Mika Reyes. Nine to 13 is our score. D.
Ooh, great pancake save.
That is alive, but CREAMLINE unable to send the ball back.
KKD was the go-to in that past few sequences of Fajardo also just managing the load on Savvy Davison.
And you can see how KKD is playing smart volleyball, diba? A variation. She knows when to go for a power hit.
Yep.
Try to break the block, at the same time find the openings, the gaps on the side of CREAMLINE. Fajardo up to Davison. Kyla on the bump set to Pons.
Just a tough set really going to Pons. I mean, it was already out of system. Too tight to the net, and she had Fajardo and Baron established on the net defense. So forcing her to commit that error.
Anim na ang abante ng PLDT. Panaga seldom getting a touch, but that time delivering. Only her 4th point so far for the Cool Smashers.
But they will need more of the contributions of the middles.
Savvy goes up, and it goes.
Just too fast on that attack for Panaga.
Second technical timeout. PLDT ahead by 6. 12,411 in attendance for the semifinals of the PVL 2026 All-Filipino Conference. And we thank you all for being here with us in the venue. To those watching on our platforms on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. Prime time Saturday with all the volleyball stuff. From morning to gabi, no?
Yep. I bet Sam has been seated the entire day. Probably kanina 2 screens pa.
And na-imagine ko yung mga fans tumitirik na yung mata eh dahil since umaga pa lang. Point here for CREAMLINE. Hindi ba na-imagine? Umaga pa. Hindi ka ba nanood?
Yep.
Hindi ka ba nanood?
I mean, we're always on Pilipinas Live.
Bago pa mag-sports, di ba? May nanood pa tayo ng Uchela. 11-17. Savvy that clips the net. Oh, what a save by Atienza. And Arado trying to do her specialty there, but to no avail.
It's usually effective targeting the corner pocket. Just too strong that time for Kat Arado, but what a pancake save there coming from Tots Carlos.
Fajardo tosses it to Malaluan.
Again, Malaluan, just efficient game so far. Really choosing the right angles earlier, zone 1 that time, going in between Pons and Atienza.
Negrito back to set up her teammates, and Pons continues to pounce.
Pons is just really an easy attacker to go for combination plays. Again, another point for Bernadette Pons.
16 points for Bernadette Pons. Her team still down by 5. Carlos gets it. Valdez on the approach. Had to make do with that. Fajardo. Nothing there. De Leon on the scratch. Davison comes up short.
I mean, Fajardo wanted to convert a point going to Davison from the back row, but that won't do. Again, full smashers playing catch-up, but clearly having the momentum right now.
Del Palomata will see action for the first time para sa PLDT. Did not play in that win against Farm Fresh. Valdez saved by PLDT, and the conversion for Malaluan. 15 points.
And she has been the hero of the long rallies here for PLDT, especially that Davison is in the back row. She's been racking up the points here.
Carlos blocked. Meet you upstairs, says Malaluan.
CREAMLINE has to remember, Aliyah Malaluan is a tall wing attacker. One-man block against Tots Carlos.
And a 6-point advantage for the high-speed hitters. Timeout, CREAMLINE.
B3. 5. Kakabol tayo dyan, masama ka 1 point agad tayo.
Yes.
Then serve ulit tayo. Wala nang iba. Single block, yun na yung best. So, pag single-singilan, iskarte na yung spiker yan.
Okay!
CREAMLINE!
Sir Miko Halili, head of sports content for Signal.
Always present.
Galing pa atang
You up?
San Juan. Nag-teleport.
Pwede.
De Leon with a point. The spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Much needed clean attack coming from the Cool Smashers.
DJ Rodriguez. After that stellar performance against Signal in the 5-setter, she's been getting more minutes para sa CREAMLINE. Del Palomata, someone that was not present in their elimination round matchup.
That's worthy of a second look there. Way above the block.
She rejoined PLDT bandang March na, no, because she played overseas. Helpful, definitely, for the high-speed hitters. Another rejection.
Blocking is key in the past few sequences for PLDT. They've been getting the kill blocks in. That time it was Davison closing down Tots Carlos.
Sabi nga natin, #1 blocking team in the tournament. Broken play, Carlos will find the way.
Good switch up on that angle for Tots Carlos. Going down the line that time, not forcing to challenge the hands of Davison and Palomata.
If you're CREAMLINE right now, you just want to keep on playing. Not look at the score. They are down big late in set 3, but you want to carry the good habits. Not excluding that. Excluding that.
They can't afford those kinds of errors right now.
Mr. Ricky Palou, Mr. Tony Boy Liao. Of course, always in attendance in these PVL matches. Saved by Malaluan, but nobody getting to the second ball. Valdez will take credit.
As you mentioned, for the Cool Smashers, it's all about building their momentum in this stretch of the set. PLDT just 2 points away and taking set number 3.
That'll be a point. Service ace delivered by the Phenom.
Good target that time. A floater there for Eliza Valdez. Savi Davison was unstable in that form. Timeout, PLDT.
Okay lang. Lalakad nyo na yung 6 ha. Stay ka sa 5 ha.
Yes. Next point. Point na to ah. Ready lang, ready lang. Pasa lang.
Yung options yun ng bipas ha. Yung options yun ng bipas. Ready sa ba?
Out yun?
Watch the final episode of The Bounce Season 3 with Cla Loresco of FEU and Gian Chuatico of Ateneo alongside host Ken Batas, premiering this Friday at 6 p.m. on the Pilipinas Live app with catch-up airing on the UAP Varsity channel. See your favorite stars, collegiate stars, also on a lighter side, no?
Yep.
Seeing what they do outside of volleyball, in student-athlete life and whatever hobbies they have as well. Fun to watch. Meanwhile, this has been fun to watch as well. Pons, much needed point to keep them within distance.
And you love how Pons really delayed that approach and that swing and that follow through to get a loose block coming from Majoy Baron. Good run here for the Cool Smashers.
And again, Kiana D. How do you stop that? Nobody has the answers.
She's been delivering the points in crucial stretches. A big problem the CREAMLINE could still not figure out.
She has a baker's dozen. And PLDT at set point. Ending that run by CREAMLINE. De Guzman will bring it to Pons. Aliyah was there. Angge to the middle. And Majay Baron seals the deal here in the third. As the high-speed hitters are now up 2-1 over Creamline. This play of the set is brought to you by Pure Gold. Sa Pure Gold, always panalo.
Again, team chemistry and established system working here for the high-speed hitters.
We'll be back with set 4 after this. Back inside the SM Mall of Asia Arena for the round-robin semifinals of our All-Filipino Conference. And PLDT, again, back in their form and turning the tables in set 3. What seemed like, Creamline getting their groove. We thought they'd carry it in set 3, pero parang bumaba yung energy nila. And PLDT capitalized on that.
And I think that's something that spells the difference here. You've mentioned Creamline and up and down energy and consistency as well. But for PLDT, it's steady all throughout from start to finish despite the adjustments on the side of the Cool Smashers. PLDT just really playing their game. They're sticking to the game plan and they're executing at the best that they could. And we have to mention also KKD Malaluan delivering big points in the third set. As you see the numbers this time, it's PLDT having more attack points. They have 16 against the 12 of the Cool Smashers. And blocking has been their bread and butter. 3 kill blocks in that set against 1 for the Cool Smashers. And the same number of errors for both squads. But again, the difference is really the consistency in terms of execution and energy on the side of the high-speed hitters.
For PLDT, very simple. They keep going back to what works for them, which is, they're attacking, they're blocking. KKD, Aliyah Malaluan, Savvy Davison, all in double digits for the high-speed hitters. And the defense has really helped out in important times against a volatile Creamline in this match at least, no? And you mentioned it, looking for that consistency. Can they bring it here in the fourth set? That is the question that we have, as set 4 is about to begin here on One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live. Tip Tipiaco still with Ayel Estraniero and Jules Israel bringing you the match. We hope you still have bring us that energy for our final volleyball game of the day.
I mean, this can still go for a 5-setter if Creamline will perform better in the set, but I'm sure PLDT would want to secure this one in just 4 sets, because we mentioned earlier it's a clean slate, it's round robin, so you want to get the wins in right away.
Yeah. And Malaluan will get us going here in the fourth. Galanza with a quick start.
Combination play will be key against a really good blocking team like PLDT.
So they have Gemma, Gia, Tots, Spangs, and Bernadette Pons, along with Kyla Atienza on the floor. Palomata straight to Gemma. Covered by Atienza. Tots with the easy over. Arado brings it to KKD. Galanza with the effort. Oh! And Gia thought twice.
She was staring at Panaga, who was closer to the ball. But Panaga also hesitating because the rule is when the ball is high enough, it's really for a setter to take.
Yeah. Nakakalito rin minsan, di ba, yung onting movement mo, your teammate would think you're going for the ball.
Right.
Pons scores for CREAMLINE.
Good bounce back point after that miscue. CREAMLINE needs a strong start here. They've been starting slow in the past sets. They can't afford PLDT to gain a good lead.
Pangs with the serve. It's a good one. Out of system now for PLDT, but it works. KKD hasn't been choosy at all in this match.
Take a second look on that. I mean, she played that one save, 15 point for KKD. Just loose hands there coming from Panaga.
Ooh. No whistle yet there for KKD, who is bringing Point City dito sa MOA Arena.
Oh, great dig from Arado.
On-hand set to Pons. Kept alive. One more time for CREAMLINE, but Pons comes up short.
Tried to beat the blockers there, wanting to go for a faster attack with that risk action, but that one straight to the net.
Pons. And Davison won't be able to save that.
Yep, not enough space for that second touch for Davison. But great reaction there. Great one-hand save coming from Malaluan.
Three all. Oh, Carlos short on the serve.
Even from the toss, you already know that that was a difficult serve for Carlos.
Those errors will come to play towards the end of this, so they have to limit it if they want to have a chance to extend the match. The Guzman goes to Pons, dug by Arado. Malaluan swings and scores for PLDT.
Really impressive game so far coming from Malaluan.
She has surpassed Savvy Davison in terms of scoring. 17 points already for Aliyah, 15 for Savvy. Setback.
Gia wanted to do the same earlier. BDL was successful in the past few sets, but that time Joy Baron made sure that there was a wall against BDL. Coach Sherwin really has been figuring out the right mix of players on the court.
This might just be a career high for Malaluan in the PVL. We have to double check that. And again, she is a top scorer for the high-speed hitters. That one sails out.
It's gonna be a point for the Cool Smashers. PLDT, they've been starting strong, controlling the game.
Yeah, CREAMLINE has to remember how they got the second set.
Yeah.
Calanza. Saved by Arado. Placement shot for Davison doesn't work. That is outside for Gemma.
Arado has been solid on the floor defense. A lot of power attacks coming from the Cool Smashers, but she has kept a lot of rallies alive.
Make that a 4-point lead for PLDT to bring us to the first technical timeout. We'll be back after the break.
Welcome back to the PVL All-Filipino Conference semifinals. I just want to remind our PVL fans to vote their favorite players for the All-Star Games. There are only a few hours left tonight for you to vote, and that's at pvl.ph/all-star. Now back to the on-court action. The CREAMLINE Cool Smashers might not have gotten that last set, but in the arena and off the screen, their fans are loud and proud about the return of Gemma Galanza. After being sidelined due to her injury, Gemma is glad to be back for her squad. She only got back to training with her team a few days ago and is as eager as ever. In practice, she overloads her serves and does additional blocking and digging drills when she can to prepare for this very moment. And while sidelined, she observed the points that they need to polish, some of which are coverage and serve receipt. Coach Sherwin even mentioned earlier that with a full lineup of healthy players and the combination of Gia de Guzman and Gemma Galanza, babawiin nila ang kailangan nilang bawiin in this set and in this game. So let's see how this set unfolds. Dip and AL.
Thanks a lot, Jules. Well, that's the mentality that you want from CREAMLINE. Well, you have a teammate like Gemma Galanza who just scored that point. Nakakabalik lang a few days ago in practice, eager to help out her team. Well, you must be inspired with how she is treating this match.
Oh, for sure. She's been relentless, both offense and defense. But again, this is a must-win set for the Cool Smashers to extend this one.
Only down by 2. Back-to-back after the first technical timeout. Back set to Gumabao. Almost, but not quite for BDL.
But that's going to be an important factor of CREAMLINE's game, their coverage, because PLDT has been getting the blocks. The Cool Smashers really need to recycle.
8 blocks as a team for PLDT. Gumabao. And another defensive stop by the high-speed hitters.
They came in prepared. They know the tendencies of the setters and the attackers. 2 blockers against Gumabao. That was going to be a kill block for Malaluan.
Balik sa 4 ang hinahabol ng Cool Smashers. Negrito. Oh, what a play.
Panaga sold that approach so well, getting 2 blockers in with her. Take a look at that. Open block for Galanza.
Galanza just a point away from getting double digits. De Guzman is back for CREAMLINE. Malaluan, that will go.
The timing has to be better on the net defense of the Cool Smashers because they're able to read, the offense, but it has been the pressing of the hands, the loose blocks, just allowing Malaluan to get through.
Combination works. 10 points for Galanza.
Now with better passing and digging, De Guzman really able to go for the combination plays. They will need more of that.
Calf goes to Palomata. That is long.
Lack of risk action on that one for Palomata. Allowing CREAMLINE to inch closer.
Yeah, 2 straight for the Cool Smashers. Good serve. To send over. Back set, Carlos. Palomata gets it. Savvy goes up. Saved by Gemma. De Guzman to Tots. And that is short for Davison. Back-to-back errors for PLDT. One long and one short.
Yep. And Creamline just capitalizing on that. Playing consistently, especially Galanza on the service line.
This is a 4-1 run for Creamline. D. Galanza. Stellar at the back. Arado over to Savvy. Saved by De Guzman. Pons goes up. Down it goes. Tied at 11.
Creamline right now executing better, winning the rallies. 20 points for Bernadette Pons.
And timeout called by PLDT.
Inantayin nyo ba sa pagkasok na agad dito? Sila yung sumasagal ng bipas. Tamang block pa rin tayo. Effort na lang sa likod ulit. Ha? Effort na lang sa likod. Go, go, go.
Tsaga. Candy! Una pa rin tayo, ah. Tara.
UAAP Season 88 Volleyball is in full swing. Watch the games every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on the UAAP Varsity channel and One Sports, because legends start here. Speaking of, once UAAP legends are now showing out in the PVL. That one is out for Galanza.
That's gonna give the PLDT a 1-point lead. Let's see if they can find the rhythm back. Talking about PLDT.
Gia goes to Pons, picked up by Malaluan, who has also played well on defense. Tots covered by Nierva, covered by De Guzman, but they let that ball fall.
And these are the unfortunate errors on the side of the Cool Smashers. A good coverage from De Guzman, but no support after that. Take a look at that. 3 players actually hesitating.
As a check, there's a block touch point for Tots Carlos.
Another combination play working there for the Cool Smashers. A good front row right now for Creamline. Pons, BDL, and Carlos up in front. Galanza, we know, can also attack from the back row.
That is an ace for Pangs Panaga, who has 5 points. And what a time for that ace to come.
Now we know Panaga is one lethal server for the Cool Smashers.
It's another good serve by Pangs. Red by Pons.
That's a rare block against KKD, so that must feel so good for the Cool Smashers. Pons with a perfect angle there.
Outside on the serve. But a challenge will be called by Creamline. And some breather for everyone here inside the Mo Arena.
I mean, we can already feel the intensity going up, the pressure as well, especially on the side of the Cool Smashers. They've been handling it, but PLDT also feeling that the Cool Smashers, they may be down by a set, but the rhythm, the consistency is starting to be better.
$14-all. De Leon. It was saved by Arado, but someone touched the net. Might have been Baron.
Yep. Going for that block against BDL. There you go, that left hand scraping the white tape.
Lead now with the Cool Smashers, 15-14. Chance to build on it. Thoughts. D with a pickup. Davison. Pons was there. She goes up. Kept up by Manaluan. Davison on the blockbuster.
Too early on the jump was a BDL. So Davison able to capitalize on that loose hand.
16 points, but only the first point for her in this fourth set. Pons sent back. The push. What a play!
Wow! Just wow for Gia.
Second technical timeout. CREAMLINE ahead by 2. Back here in One Sports Plus and Pilipinas Live for the semi-final showdown between CREAMLINE Cool Smashers and the PLDT high-speed hitters. What resilience shown by CREAMLINE in this match. They refuse to give up. And they know that they have to get this set. Otherwise, that one loss dito sa ating round robin semis will be huge.
Yep. It's a lot. And a win is a lot too.
Yeah.
So that's what you want.
Mabigat ang bawat laro. Gia to Gemma. Kept alive by Davison. Manaluan now with the approach. De Guzman to De Leon. Back-to-back saves by Savvy. Play on. Third chance for CREAMLINE. Still nothing. Calf from the pipe. No. Gia trying to do the same thing. And the drop for Manaluan.
What a rally there. What effort, especially on the floor defense for Savvy Davison. Running from the right pin back to the left pin just to keep that rally alive.
Yeah.
And again, Manaluan just playing it smart, playing like a veteran today.
Credit half the point to Davison.
Oh, yeah.
On the effort. Free ball and Palomata take that back.
Well, not the best of decisions there coming from Galanza to go for a soft bump straight to the hands of Palomata.
Seesaw battle. PLDT again with a lead. Is there a touch?
Yep, Palomata admitting to that.
Yeah.
No need for a challenge.
$17-all. Still a bit far from 25, but you can feel the tension. PVL with a serve. Palomata, binawi.
I mean, if you have Palomata in the front row, if you have a good first ball, might as well maximize her height and length. Not even Panaga could get a touch of that attack.
3 out of her 4 points off the bench. Galing dito sa set 4. Panaga. Naiangat ni Davison. D. Nierva with a save. Galanza. Back with CREAMLINE. Gemma again. Short.
Galanza wanted to go for a swipe out. Did not get that one straight to the net. Time out to CREAMLINE.
May one time may kasama back. Gitna lang natin yung bola. Back siya, atake. Gemma, tignan maigi kung magte-tres ka, pwede ka mag-drop ball. Pero kung nakuha ni Gia lahat, may palo tayo. Then pagka sa kabila, relax lang. Relax. Dalawa lang yan eh. Let's go, 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 go!
One, CREAMLINE!
Timeout called by Coach Sherwin Meneses.
Coach Sherwin saying, relax lang, dalawa lang yan because CREAMLINE don't want to play tight, especially in the next points. A good timeout there, icing the server in Kim Fajardo.
1-point game here in the 4th set. It's in the hands of Gia de Guzman. Lori Bernardo will make an appearance. A shake-up here for Coach Sherwin, but a rare error for Gia de Guzman.
And this stretch, that was a tough error already.
Yeah.
But PLDT at the 20th mark.
Pang depensa sana yun, yung lineup na yun ni Coach Sherwin, but didn't even get to that point. Malaluan, 20 points, her PVL career high. Previously was at 15 in a match against Kobe Shinwa. She has changed that here. But Panaga says this is not yet over. The spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Successful a quick attack there for Pangs Panaga.
Back set to D. Galanza ready. Pons. Coverage was present thanks to Atienza. Potts to the windup. Gemma with a save. Pons with the delivery. 22 points for Bernadette Pons.
And most importantly, a hard-fought point for the Cool Smashers. They had to go for a couple of attempts. You have to mention that net defense has been solid for PLDT. But Pons coming alive.
20 all. Tied game. The dig by Pons. And it is kept alive by CREAMLINE. Back with the high-speed hitters to the middle. Welcome to Pow Town, says Del Palomata.
A first-line attack coming from Palomata. Again, she came off the bench, but we know her. She's also a starter for PLDT. What an attack that time. Undiggable.
Yeah. Baon na baon. 21-20. Lead back with the high-speed hitters. Yerva sends it to Gia, who sets up Carlos. Crucial time to get a point.
Solid approach also from Panaga. pulling in Majoy Baron and Tots Carlos. Enough spin to get that point.
Tied at 21, DJ Rodriguez fielded in to serve and defend. Calf to Davison. Breaks the block. Savvy also nearing the 20-point output.
Blocking hasn't been the strongest suit of the Cool Smashers here. Again, another broken block there on the side of Creamline.
Look at how high she got up there. Double substitution for PLDT. They are up by 1. 3 points away from winning the match. De Guzman tosses. Pon scores.
Cool Smashers, they're still in it. I mean, you see the better fight overall from Creamline.
All-important serve. Safely through. Alcantara to Savvy. Just been threading the needle all throughout this match with their athleticism.
Yep, and for Creamline, they can't afford really soft serves right now because PLDT able to be in system in terms of offense.
23-22. It's a bit tight. It goes through for BDL. And a free ball given up. Gia will go to Pons. That drops. And another tied game at 23.
Some heroics coming from Bernadette Pons. Finding that donut hole, going for that power tip.
Now, she was missed too by Creamline. Coming back this conference, she got that award back in the 2024-2025 All-Filipino as the best outside spiker, showing us why. And a chance for Creamline to take the lead, Galanza. But now with PLDT, it goes for Banaluan, who is having a career game with 21, but more importantly, PLDT is at match point.
Yep. They've been playing organized all throughout. When they get a chance ball, they convert a point right away, and Malaluan that time will put them at match point.
In a state of suspense, Jovi Prado with a serve. De Guzman to De Leon. Kept alive, but this will be an easy over. PLDT looking to end it. What a dig by Pons. Carlos to Galanza, no. Gia, the transfer to Tots. Still playable, the push. De Guzman to Gemma. Kept alive, we go on. What a save by Prado. Malaluan, no! Outside, and Creamline is still alive.
High quality volleyball coming from both teams, but again, when you are pushed, when you are in high pressure moments, that's where you sometimes commit errors. And the Creamline there just keeping it in the rally all throughout. But you have a challenge, a crucial one on the side of PLDT.
Hands up if you held your breaths for a long time.
The entire rally.
No block touch. The challenge is unsuccessful for the high-speed hitters. And we go on here in the fourth set. Excellent exchange for both teams in the previous one. Another extension of a set in this match. Alcantara to Malaluan. Breaking the block. Second match point.
Now we have to mention Malaluan has stepped up big in this match.
And Creamline calls for time as they are down by 1.
Kailangan na reaction guy. Anong best? Open, 3, 2. 3, okay. So magbibigay tayo ng 3, pero medyo bigat yung receive para nakataas tayo yung kamay. Ha? Pag nawala na receive, sigaw agad. Open. Okay, cover. Kumana. Let's go.
Hey, one, Creamline!
Right, we'll boil down to small details here for the Cool Smashers. They will need a good first ball for them to go for that combination play that Coach Sherwin mentioned, but they also need coverage because, you know, blockers will be there on the side of PLDT.
First things first, the good first ball is what Creamline needs. They get it. De Guzman to Galanza. It is inside. Down it goes for Gemma Galanza.
And that's just winning mindset displayed by the Cool Smashers. One instruction given and a perfect execution on the combination play.
25 all. We continue to play. Palomata set back. Arado guides it towards KKD. No. Gia to Gemma. Kept alive by the high-speed hitters. Malaluan on the drop. Read by the defense of Creamline. Tots! That will hit the antenna. It is waved off.
Tough one there for Tots Carlos, who wanted to go down the line. Just too much angle there, scraping the antenna.
Third match point for PLDT. Malaluan on deck. Steady hands for Pons. No blocker! Hello, says Gemma Galanza.
The nerve of steel! Really for Bernadette Pons with a perfect pass and that combination play. Take a look at that. Gia Galanza. Gia de Guzman rather.
Why not?
Just the brain of it all.
Gia Galanza, Gemma de Guzman. They're interchangeable with how they are so great in this match. Pons. It is 26 all at the moment. Carlos. It drops. Listen to the Creamline crowd rocking.
There you go, Tots Carlos with that point. A bounce back point after that error earlier. Timeout, PLDT.
Next ball lang. Papasa muna. Tapos tayo maayos. Go, 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 go.
Timeout called by PLDT as Creamline changing it up this time. They are at set point. Galanza with a total of 13 points, 7 of those here in the fourth set. Bernadette Pons with a total of 24. And G Amazing continues to amaze us. First set point. Davison, it is out! It is out! And we are going to a set 5, but wait. Hold on a second because PLDT will use their final card in this challenge.
Yep. Block touch on that attack of Savvy Davison, who wanted to go above the blockers against Tots Carlos and Pangs Panaga.
no block touch. It is official. 4 sets were not enough. And so we need another one. We go to a 5th and final after the break. But first, this play of the set is brought to you by Pure Gold. Sa Pure Gold, always panalo. One of the many panalo plays of CREAMLINE to keep them alive. We're going to set 5 after the break.
Welcome back. CREAMLINE with a tremendous effort to extend this one into a 5-setter. 26-28 in that 4th set. CREAMLINE really showed a lot of resilience in that one. PLDT looking good in the start of that set. Savvy Davison, Aliyah Malaluan, KKD chipping in the points. But CREAMLINE held in tight. They wanted to extend this one into a 5th setter. Great executions in the tail end of that 4th set. Again, Gia de Guzman, just the brain of it all the combination plays working for them. As you see the numbers on your screens, 19 attack points for the Cool Smashers, 13 for PLDT, and again, blocking did work for PLDT. They have 4 against 1 from the Cool Smashers, but almost the same number of aces, but it boiled down to the errors. And right now, Jules Israel has something for all of us.
You know, Ayel, we're a few steps away from closing the semifinals match. Composure is currency, and it's execution over emotion. A while ago, I listened into the huddle of the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. At ang sabi lang ni Coach Sherwin is to focus on their blocking and their coverage. On the side of the PLDT high-speed hitters, ang sabi naman ni Coach Rald Ricafort sa kanila is to keep their calm and composure. The quality of their first touch is very important, whether that be service or receive. And of course, kailangan din ma-convert yung points na ginagawa nila. And you know, this game is very important for these two teams. And if you want to see your favorite players in the All-Star games, then now is the time to vote. Voting will be closed in a few hours. So log on pvl.ph/allstar and vote. And I formally welcome you to the 5th set of this match.
Well, thanks a lot, Jules. It'll boil down to this final set of the match. As we said, those 4 sets were not enough.
Yep.
So a 5th one is needed.
Feels like a finals already.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the atmosphere inside the Mo Arena.
And it's just day 1 of the semifinals.
You mean to say this is round robin? We get more of this?
Yep.
The fans are in for a treat. Set 5 underway here in One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. Dip Yanko, Ayel Estraniero, Jules Israel. First to 15, and CREAMLINE draws first blood.
And the 5th setter, everything that happened from 1st set to 4th set doesn't really matter. It's anybody's game.
What would be key here for both teams, Ayel, in order to get the 5th set?
It's really consistency, avoiding the errors. As I was saying, making the right decisions. CREAMLINE, after starting slow in the past few sets, right now they are feeling it. They're carrying the momentum that they had in the tail end of set number 4.
They cannot afford to start slow anymore. Reyes is brought back in. After a while, Del had some contributions in the previous set. Kennedy continues to fire. 16 points for KKD. Ooh! Nerva and Pons going after that ball.
But that was a good target too from Mika Reyes, forcing Nerva and Pons to commit that error.
2-all. And in sets and in points, that time it goes out.
3-point for the Cool Smashers, who are looking more confident right now compared to the other sets.
Had to go after that. It will sail out for Kiana D. One of the few times she's made an error.
Back-to-back errors there for PLDT.
2 straight points then for CREAMLINE. Panaga on deck. Fajardo goes back to D. The block. This time, Davison won't be denied.
Yeah, from that approach, you can already sense that it was going to be a point for PLDT. Good effort coming from Arado. And a hammer coming from Davison.
3-4. De Guzman to Pons. Almost saved. But Bernadette Pons, 25 points.
Yep. A one whole set scored by Bernadette Pons. That's how efficient and consistent she has been all throughout.
Davison goes up, off the block and out.
And right now, we just know that a lot of sets will go to Davison. This is a crucial point of the match. They're down by a point.
Kneeling set to De Leon. Arado was there. Fajardo, the slide by Majoy. PLDT asking for a reach. But Pons knew what to do with that.
Yep. I mean, no one really went for that joust against Bernadette Pons. 3 players just waiting. They are convinced that there is a reaching beyond. But right now,
yeah, seems like there was none.
Unsuccessful challenge for PLDT. Their slowest start so far here in the entire match.
Yeah. CREAMLINE has led all throughout this set 5, which is different from the past 4 sets where PLDT dictated the pace. But a rejuvenated Cool Smashers here are putting on a show. Just like that, the effort and the point. PVL scoring and rewarding Tots Carlos for the effort.
Everything clicking right now for the Cool Smashers. That effort from Tots Carlos and that delay on the set from Gia.
3-point lead for CREAMLINE. It is gonna get loud again, but a timeout first for PLDT.
Chance there for PLDT to regroup. They have to go back to their past sets. They've played loose, they've played clean, but right now you can just sense that they are feeling the pressure.
But you know how fifth sets are, Aiel.
Oh, yeah.
It sort of neutralizes everything. You just forget about what happened in the first four. And anything can happen. And Gemma Galanza making things happen.
And in the fifth setter, you've got to have the mental muscle to really feel comfortable under pressure, and that's what's happening right now to the Cool Smashers. And we also have to mention PLDT hasn't been tested so much this conference, only dropped 2 games. I believe this is only their second fifth setter. Meanwhile, the Cool Smashers, they've been up and down, they know how to handle the situations. This could be a rare occurrence on the side of PLDT, so they will just have to really face this challenge and step up.
Speaking of 5 setters, this is our 14th fifth setter in the 2026 All-Filipino Conference. And you mentioned PLDT having only done 2 5-setters previously. For CREAMLINE, I believe they were able to have 3 5 sets in the elimination round, including matches against Signal. And Galanza. What a play there as they keep on going to Gemma, and she's delivering every time she gets the ball.
Oh, what a turnaround too on the overall game and composure of the Cool Smashers. A completely different complexion right now.
Biggest lead at 5. Malaluan couldn't get it over. PLDT in disarray.
You can feel a bit of breakdown on the side of PLDT, but they need to refocus and regroup so quickly because CREAMLINE just capitalizing on their errors right now.
The Bonds will bring that momentum momentarily. PLDT, they seem so dialed in, locked in. But the Cool Smashers icing them out here towards the end game. Kiseo with a serve. It has been the steadier first balls that have helped CREAMLINE come back from this, and the block buster from Gemma Galanza. 16 points for Gemma.
Gemma Galanza entered this match with a mindset that she just wants to contribute, and right now scoring the big points here in the tail end of the match.
Rodriguez serving 11-5. Alcantara looks at the options. They go to Malaluan. It sails in.
They're still in it. PLDT will need to find the rhythm back. Some help from the net that time on that attack for Malaluan. Quality minutes for their double sub, Alcantara and De Leon.
De Guzman to the hot hand. That time it's out.
Yep. Good intention to go cross, just lacked risk action that time.
Too much heat on that. And CREAMLINE calls for time as they gave up back-to-back points.
Gemma, dito lang, oh.
Sa ikot na lang, papasok na siya.
Dulo ako. Dulo ako. Ito ka, Pals, eh.
Dulo ka. Dulo po ako.
Okay, Eto tayo, eto.
Okay.
8 quick. 4.
4 ko.
Okay, okay.
Let's go. Pare!
Laban, girl. Stay side, stay side.
Let's go.
Let's go, one, CREAMLINE!
2 hours, 24 minutes, and some change till voting closes for our All-Star Showcase in Candon City. You can do that over at pvl.ph/allstar. You send your favorite stars in action. And their starters will be revealed once again on starting lineup this Monday, April 13 at 6:30 p.m. You can watch that and find out who the starters will be. That is another point for PLDT. 3 straight. Despite the timeout of CREAMLINE, hindi pa natatapos. Let's see how they respond here. Sent back. Steady save by Fajardo. Malaluan, the swipe. One more time. Kept alive by the white shirts. Galanza has been on target.
But we have a challenge here on the side of PLDT. Antenna touch of the down-the-line attack of Galanza. Clearly wanting to avoid the cross-court block of Kiana D and Mika Reyes.
Yeah, PLDT might have seen something there on their side. Antenna touch challenge will be the most important challenge for them in this match.
They are hoping that this will be successful just to inch closer to the lead of the Cool Smashers, who has been leading and controlling.
Oh, none. There was no antenna touch. Unsuccessful challenge. So point goes to CREAMLINE, and the official score will be 12-8 here in set 5.
And for a 5th setter, that's already a big lead.
Once again, these two teams, when they face each other in the elimination round, it was won by PLDT in straight sets. Different time, different lineup. Different game now for the Cool Smashers. They set up the play again, but Pons will not allow that to go through. So does Savvy. Malaluan was stopped. Galanza straight to Arado. Savvy from behind flies in.
A solid approach there coming from Davison. You just know that she wanted that point badly.
The spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan.
21 points for Savvy Davison.
They trail by 3. CREAMLINE also 3 points away from winning this one. Can they get closer? Ball slowed down. Fajardo goes to Davison. Goes down the line, and it works.
Savvy Davison playing it smart. Not a lot of power. All about placement. Pons just a split second late on that defense.
Timeout for the Cool Smashers.
Pero pag kami sisindi, dito ang bukol. Guys, walang gagalaw ng diretso. Spikers, walang gagalaw ng diretso. Puro may list tayo. So, gitna lang receive.
Yes, coach.
Pax. Pag tumaas, tatalon ni Gia. Okay, let's go.
Next one, next one. Let's get
Let's go on CREAMLINE!
Hey, enjoy!
Crucial moments here for both teams. For CREAMLINE, they have led all the way, but momentum swinging on the side of PLDT right now.
I'm sure they feel it. PLDT putting on the pressure. They go to Panaga. Kept alive. Battle there, and nobody home. Alanganin din yung save ni Savvy.
I mean, KKD able to recycle that just to keep that ball back on their court for a first touch, but Davison unable to go back to her position right on time for the first touch.
And in the end, it was Pangs Panaga who still got the point. Just as drawn up, 13-10.
Good dig.
What a save by Atienza. Pons now. Down it goes! CREAMLINE
28 points for Bernadette Pons, but you have to credit Atienza with a great dig, but 28 points, let that sink in, coming from Bernadette Pons.
4 match points. And what a serve there for Galanza. That is short. And that's how it ends. The Creamline Cool Smashers prevail in 5 sets. This play of the set is brought to you by Pure Gold. Sa Pure Gold, always panalo.
What an effort coming from the Cool Smashers. They looked like they were gonna let it go into a 4th setter, give the game to PLDT, but they really fought hard until the end. Started strong in the 5th and led all the way.
We'll talk more about this game, wrap it up after this short break. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena after that short breather, which we all needed after the heart-pumping set 5. Creamline, they led all the way. PLDT had some chances to get back there. They were knocking on the door, but the Cool Smashers did not want to let it slip from them. As we introduce our Babat player of the game, brought to you by Devant. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babat moments with your family only with Devant. You mentioned the number of points she scored, and more than that, the defense of Bernadette Pons was stellar in this one.
Incredible game coming from Bernadette Pons. I mean, Creamline having a lot of attackers, but Pons stepping up the biggest in today's match.
And the Pons in clear form, and she is with our very own Jules Israel at the sidelines.
Congratulations to the Creamline Cool Smashers for winning their first game in the semi-final round. And I'm here today with Bernadette Pons, our standout player of the game. Congratulations! Nabawi nyo yung loss sa from PLDT ng LMs. Anong pakiramdam? Paano nyo ito nagawa?
Una-una, sobrang saya kasi na itawid namin yung game ngayon and sobrang kita ko talaga yung effort ng bawat isa and sobrang proud ako sa effort ng team today.
Kitang-kita talaga pinusuan nyo yung game. And we have a next game coming up on Tuesday against Signal. Anong makikita namin sa inyo, sa Creamline? Anong makikita ng fans dito sa MOA Arena na ipapakita ng Creamline?
Siyempre, ibibigay pa rin namin yung best namin sa susunod namin na game. Pero for now, recover muna kami para sa training namin tomorrow.
And Pons, gusto mo bang imbitahin ang iyong fans para iboto ka sa All-Star Games na magsasarado na ang voting tonight?
In-invite ko po lahat ng mga PVL fans na mag-vote po kayo online sa PVL All-Star.
Yeah, that's pvl.ph/allstar. And of course, sino ang gusto mong batiin at pasalamatan?
Unang-una, happy birthday para kay Kyla! And syempre, thank you Ribisco family, Sir Jonathan, Miss Cathy, Sir Alan, Ma'am Lizan, Attorney Lily, Alliance, World Balance, Hello Manny, Bello and Andox. Thank you po sa lahat ng support and sa lahat ng mga nandito na nanood at sumusuporta sa Creamline. At syempre, yung bawat papa ko, tito, kapatid ko na nanonood ngayon. Hello po.
Congratulations once again, Pons, and to the Creamline Cool Smashers. We'll see you on Tuesday, and let's wrap up this game, Dip and Aya.
Great interview, Jules, and what a performance from Bernadette Pons. From beach to indoor, she is as amazing as ever and super sensational in this win for Creamline. We continue the semifinals on Tuesday, still here at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City at 4 p.m. The Farm Fresh Foxies and the PLDT high-speed hitters square off. They try to get their first win in this semi-finals, and after that, it's a huge one. Signal and Creamline, they've been treating us to those big-time matches prior to the semis. They will meet again on Tuesday at 6:30. Of course, you can also watch that on One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. What a day for PVL, for volleyball, for Philippines in general, as we say goodbye and thank you for those who tuned in. On behalf of Jules Israel, my partner Ayel Estanier, our director Marvin Chavez, I'm Dip Dipiaco saying thank you for watching the PVL 2026 All-Filipino Conference. This is the heart of volleyball.